All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Mindbenders Ambition has finally made a return. Now, if you're an OG to the channel, then you know my relationship runs deep with this weapon. I made way too many solo Mindbender farms back in the day, but I never made a God roll guide for it. Well, that changes today, but it's not what you think. Everyone is saying Mindbenders has been completely massacred by Bungie, and they may be right, but they're overlooking one thing, which we're going to be going over in this video. So yeah, we're going to be looking at Mindbenders, its God roll, and why it may be better than you think. But before we get into it, you all know the drill. If you're new and you enjoy my content, then feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. So now, if you've somehow never heard of Mindbenders Ambition, it is a 55 RPM aggressive frame solar shotgun. Stats coming up now. Back in the day, it was acquired via the hollowed layer when it was the Nightfall for the weak. But here in Witch Queen, it is one of the rotating Nightfall weapons. And at the time of this video going live, it's available right now. Now, if you're looking to farm this thing, you're going to want to do the highest level Nightfall you can. So if you're with a team, that would be Master. But if you're solo, then Hero is what you're going to want to do, as it's the highest difficulty available with matchmaking. Now, of course, if you're really looking to get the best possible version of Mindbenders, then you're going to want to wait till GMs are here, as there is an adept version, but the God roll is pretty much going to be the same. So yeah, we can go ahead and talk about it. Now, before we get into the perks, I want to go ahead and preference this by saying I am a PvE channel. The God rolls I cover are mainly PvE. Everyone has been saying this weapon's rolls are trash now for PvP because it doesn't have slide shot or quick draw. I'm not too sure why anyone is surprised, considering Bungie literally removed quick draw from almost all the non-sunset aggressive frames. But what all these people are overlooking is, well, the part of the game that is PvE. Yeah, in PvP, Mindbenders rolls are kind of hot garbage, but in PvE, it's actually a really good weapon. So if you're here for PvP, where this gun does not shine at all, then you could go with something like Sideways, Snap, or Threat in column 3, and Steady Hands in column 4. Sideways and Threat help with reloading, and Snap is just a fan favorite neutral game perk, then Steady Hands for handling. Now, these perks don't even hold a candle to what Slide Shot, Snap, and Quick Draw used to be, but it's about as close as you're gonna get. But for the PvE God roll, and like I said earlier, it's pretty crazy how good this thing actually is. First up is its origin perk, or perks, because, well, it has two. Stunning Recovery, which is going to partially refill your mag, trigger health regen, and improve recovery for a short duration whenever you stun a champion. And then the second origin perk, Vanguard's Vindication, which is going to grant small amounts of health whenever you get a kill. Shotguns have unstopped this season, though with it being unstopped, not too sure how close you actually want to get to said champ, but if you're going to anyway, then Stunning Recovery is for you. Vanguard's Vindication, on the other hand, is very good and what 99% of us should be using. Health on kill is always great for survivability. Now for the perk columns. In column 1, you're going to find 6 barrel options. Now, of course, when you think shotgun, you think range, but for PvE, I don't really think it's that needed. My personal pick is going to be Barrel Shroud for a massive increase to handling, which is going to come in handy when you're swapping with this thing. Now, of course, if you do want to go with range, then go for range. From what I've heard, Smoothbore is apparently pretty good now because it no longer increases your pellet spread, but someone let me know. Next up, column 2, where you got 7 mag perks. Not going to beat around the bush here, just go with Assault Mag. It ups your rounds per minute, aka shoot faster. But if you can't manage to get that, Appended and Light Mag are good runner-ups. Appended's just going to up your mag size, and Light Mag is going to allow you to reload faster. Now, for the actually interesting columns. In column 3, you're gonna find 6 perks. Sideways, Snapshot Sights, Threat Detector, Pugilist, Lead from Gold, and Auto-Loading Holster. Essentially, everything from Threat onwards is pretty good. Threat for faster reloads when near enemies, and, well, it's a shotgun, so you're probably going to be up close and personal with enemies. Pugilist, which is really good for melee builds. Lead from Gold is going to improve your ammo economy, but my number 1 pick is Auto-Loading Holster. You empty the mag, throw it in your back pocket, and 3-ish seconds later, it fully reloads itself. It's a simple yet very effective perk. And now finally, column 4, where you got 6 perks. Steady Hands, Swashbuckler, 1-2 Punch, Well-Rounded, Fragile Focus, and Incandescent. Out of all these perks, there's really only one you should go with. 1-2 punch. You shove the barrel of this thing down an enemy's throat, then smack them, and your melee is going to be doing anywhere from 200 to 350% more damage. Pair this with literally any melee build and you're going to be putting every yellow bar to sleep that you come in contact with. There's really not too much to say about this weapon. We've seen aggressive frame shotties with 1-2 punch before, primarily Python RIP, so we know how good they are, especially if your build revolves around doing a ton of melee damage. Now, I know some people will say, oh well, I'd rather use a rapid fire frame with Trench, and if that's you, well then go for it. That's a completely different archetype and a completely different playstyle, that being increasing shotgun damage where 1-2 punch is increasing melee damage. Also, some people, myself included, prefer the harder hitting shotguns. Now, there are some other aggressive frame shotguns in the game that can roll 1-2 punch, the Kinetic, Rag D, the Arc Sudden Death, and Found Verdict, but I believe Mindbenders is the only solar one. Either way, it's pretty painful to see this weapon getting absolutely trashed on and written off as being completely useless. Yeah, for PvP maybe, but for PvE, it's very viable and definitely worth keeping an eye out for. But that is Mindbenders Ambition and why it's way better than everyone is letting on. I am sad to see it in such a pitiful state PvP wise, but for PvE, it's 100% worth picking up. But let me know what you all think about this weapon down below. Have you gotten around to getting one? Do you like it, hate it? Let me know down below. Rest of the video is just going to be some gameplay of this weapon so you can see it in action. With all that being said, feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.